Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to come on today and talk to you guys about stress and how I manage stress personally. Because, of course, we're human and things come to us that our natural reaction is to worry about, and we don't shift that energy. So we sit in that worry and that worry and that worry, and that worry goes on to so many other subjects. And then you're creating the domino effect of things coming to you that create stress, and we hold on to it for years, and it creates heart issues and just so much stuff. So, um, all of these energies with these planets in retrograde and the lunar eclipse and all of this is like sweeping out old energies to make new for room for new things. But when we sweep out old things, it's like sometimes it can be like a little bit, oh, let's get that skeleton out of there, right? Or ooh, let's work through that thing. So I notice in myself that when things get a little bit uh, challenging, I like automatically find myself in like fear mode, like that is my natural go-to is fear, and so I've got to be able to shift that fear into trust, and that all that is, and that my path, and that I am creating all of these things, and I know how I'm creating both the good and the bad with my thoughts, and so I really consciously go back to the good thoughts, or I do something. So yesterday was a really interesting day for me. It was both great and crazy and highs and lows, and it was like very swingy for me. It's like it was crazy. So anyway, um today I woke up and was still kind of in that, and I kind of just took it easy this morning and really allowed myself to sit in my brain space. But I was sitting in my house and I was just feeling a little bit cramped up, and I could see that my energy could go one of two ways. I could keep on dipping in the stress, or I could find, work my way out of it and consciously. All right, sorry, somebody had walked past me and I didn't want to get them in my video. But anyway, so I'm trying to consciously shift that fear and get myself back into a vibration of trust in the universe, trust in my path, trust in my ability to create, and to really just eliminate the stress, because when we bring stress into a situation, it doesn't help it to manifest and work out in the best way possible. It creates resistance to the best possible scenario. So I really took the day. I kind of took it slow, and I could feel myself, going into old patterns where I just wanted to lay around all day and just snuggle my dogs and, kind of pity party myself. And I was like, no way, you're better than that. Don't do that. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll go to the beach. And I'm like, well, the beach is pretty far away. It's about an hour, 15 minutes, an hour and a half from me. And I'm like, no, I don't really have that kind of time today. I've got all this work to do, blah, 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 all the things that we do as humans. But I'm like, I got to get into nature. I've got to go find a place. I've got to get connected, and I've got to get grounded, and I've got to be somewhere where things are bigger than me. And so I Googled national parks or whatever, and I found this little nature preserve that's in Orlando, and it's about 30 minutes from me, so I guess it's right outside of Orlando. And I came here. I'm sweating. It's hot, but I took a little hike, and I did most of it barefoot because it's a really clear path, and saw some really cool wildlife. I sat, I meditated, and I just got closer to the earth. I hugged a bunch of trees, and although the things that are kind of flipping in my life and kind of being moved, that are creating some discomfort, are still present, I am much more centered in my ability to move through these things. And now this is a continuing practice. If I go home and go right back into the old thought patterns and don't continue to work myself out of it, then I can easily slip the other way, because the momentum on that vibration that I carried for, decades, is still a little bit stronger in some moments, in some situations, definitely not all, but than the energy that I have moved to. So I really have to consciously, and we all do, we have to consciously put our focus on the things that we love. I love to be in nature. I love the silence of it. I love the serenity of it. And that is where I feel at the most at home. And since moving to Orlando, it's been really important, because before this I lived, really secluded, and had, my nature every single day, and was in the middle of the woods, and, could just kind of get lost. And so it's really important for me to maintain that part of me, because that is a big part of where I was able to start finding inner peace. And so I lost myself in these woods. It was really cool. It's really beautiful where I'm at. And I helped myself to de stress. And now I can move on to the next part to continue to de stress. When we carry vibrations of stress, fear, anxiety, worry, doubt, those are all negative vibrations. So then they're attracting negative outcomes, and we are creating through our thoughts at all points in time. And so the longer you sit in a thought, the more attention you give to the thought, the more likely it is that that is going to manifest. So passive thoughts, thoughts that come and go, they don't carry that much weight when the universe is trying to give you things. But the things you sit in, the things you think about a lot, the things that you resist, those carry a large vibration, and those carry a lot of weight, and those are the things that are going to come. Think about how you're creating things, and think about how you can uh, work yourself into relieving stress as soon as it starts to come in, versus waiting until you explode, or waiting and procrastinating and putting off things, and not being active in the situations to rectify them. Get yourself in a good place and handle your business. And that's what where I'm at in my specific journey, and learning, and really like things are being thrown at me, like, but are you going to handle it? Are you going to handle it with good communication? Are you going to handle it responsibly? Are you going to handle it? Are you going to take care of it? Are you going to communicate all of these things? Are you going to stay afraid? Are you going to trust that it's all for the better good for all the things you're asking for? Because when we ask for things, we have to let go of things. So sometimes if you're asking for something, then, and you're not listening to how to get it, then the universe is going to be like, okay, I'm going to make it to where you don't have a choice but to move away from this, because this isn't where you're going. This isn't where you want to be. You've got to. And so, you just got to find a way to let go of the stress, and to know that this moment you're okay, and in the next moment you will be okay too. And other than that, you don't have to worry about things of yesterday or things of tomorrow. I know it's easier said than done. That's why I'm sweating here in the middle of the woods, getting myself to a place where I can even have this conversation with you guys and say, you know what? Fuck, it's been a little bit difficult the last few days, last few weeks. But every day I work myself out of it in the best way that I know how. I love you guys. I hope you have a good day. Namaste.